Hi, welcome back to the stories of those within us.
Welcome back.
We don't have a Michael today because, oh wait, I just realized Jerome's in the Roll20!
Yeah, he has his computer now again.
Yay, freedom.
Yay!
Freedom! I don't have to deal with him bitching about my music anymore!
Who else is happy about that? Yep. So who wants to do the recap of last Digimon Digital Adventure?
Let's say Michael, but he's not here.
Michael didn't contribute anything to the plot.
Oof.
Ooh, I mean...
Alright.
Got his ultimate. He didn't contribute anything.
Oh right, I thought Pochermon was the last episode, never mind.
Yeah, no.
Oh sweet, he did contribute a lot. Yeah.
Audio's working.
You know what? I know the perfect Digimon to do it. The perfect partner to do it. Last time on Digimon Digital Adventures, we were venturing out to the woods when they found a place to rest. Little did we know, we walked into the trap of the evil Dreadmon and fell into her nightmare world. Where I Digivolved back to my old self again, Ghostmon, to help save everyone. And then eventually, me and Jellymon reached the level of Ultimate, and we were able to beat that nasty demon down. And it's one more of the Holy Arcana beaten. We're one step closer to saving the digital world. He was already been thrown. He got thrown last night and they forgot about him. And alright.
Playtime.
Playtime. But
Okay.
let me start with a thing. Rick, you feel an intense heat on you in the middle of the night.
I mean, don't we all wake up just immediately?
No, y'all woke up and went back to sleep, I thought. Or did y'all
Yeah.
just stay up the rest of the night after the Dreadmon thing?
I mean, we wouldn't have immediately gone back to sleep.
You know, I'm cutting to that point. Cause or whatever. What do y'all want to do? Do y'all want to do the in between?
I want to.
Alright then. So what do y'all want to do now that y'all woke up? The Dreadmon was just defeated and y'all all reverted back. That was Digimon.
And 4 down.
Is everyone okay?
No, and I'm not really hungry at the moment.
Sparrowmon's flying around starting to panic. Like, what just happened? Octomon's like, hang on, I need to regrow a limb.
Right, Tinkermon did fly off and pull it away from Pluto.
Yeah, no. Gomon's trying to drag y'all back. Because, to tell to see if it was real or
Do
not.
I see those two coming back?
You hear a uh-oh! And Gomamon bolts.
Where the hell were you two?
Nowhere?
Let me guess, that Dreadmon thing was your fault.
Nope, there's no Gomamon behind the rock. Tell them, Jorge, there's no Gomamon behind the rock.
Winter's
sure about that?
gotten up and is checking around.
Nope, put me down! Put me down! Galmon just walks off with Gomamon. Take Jorge back to the camp. I'm keeping an eye on this one.
Come on, you.
The captain says, well, that was awful.
Who are you talking, Jerome?
Justin's
Take
still
it back
slowly
to-
picking up and seeing the freaking nightmare Petermon just...
Okay.
Cherry goes to check on her brother, sister. I don't know what it's called. She is still. Ethan still refers to himself as the boy.
So he's transgender. Got it.
Probably, I don't know.
That's what
the
story's not complete.
Michael's doing.
That's what Tyler's assuming now that this character he's trans. He identifies as he, him, but originally was she, her. And he's not judging. Judging because he's an asshole.
That's perfectly fine, Wesley. Alright. Galmon just puts Gomamon down, puts him next to Tsukaimon, who's just sitting on the ground. It says, "You're responsible. Keep an eye on him." But
you're trusting the one who falls asleep 90% of the time.
Yeah, but here's the thing. It's like, it's either that, Agumon, or Jellomon. Bumon is an airhead. And then Agumon is
Agumon.
And I know for a fact we can't watch everyone plus Gomamon. Gomamon takes his own
good luck, Tsukaimon. You're gonna need it.
Bruh! Gomamon's like, I am not a baby!
Sure as hell act like one.
Shuckmon is still asleep. He got out of the dream world and just like, I'm dead.
How the heck is he still asleep?
It is in the middle of the night. Octomon's like, aha! Tentacles are all back! I think. He does a spin. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. We're all good. He tosses one of the tentacles that was chopped off.
Yeah.
Okay. It bursts into red mist.
Okay, so yeah, we would have died there. Got it.
Yeah, I lost a couple limbs in that place. Tinkermon vanished from the fight. We feared the worst. What happened to her?
She somehow went into our dream.
I guess Redmon was too taxed with how many Digimon she was taking care of. The captain gave her the most trouble.
Yeah, we are.
Because I don't think she was expecting to fight an Ultima. Let alone 2 with Shuckmon.
Wait, why was that 3? Where the hell's Cherrymon?
Where the hell is Cherrymon?
Captain Hookmon says, "Oh god, I threw him hours ago and we never went to go get him." I don't even know where he ended up. We threw him. We set up camp here because y'all said y'all didn't want to walk through the night. I'm doomed. The digital world's now doomed that man's running around on his own.
I think we made.
He doesn't need to sleep. He's a tree.
I think we.
So I don't know where he ended up.
I think
we just hear a shuffling as Cherrymon walks out of the woods.
They made me the thing.
What time is it anyway? Captain Hookmon says. Still night out.
Do our watches tell time?
Yes.
Alright. Winter checks. What time?
It says 1 o'clock.
It's 1 a.m.
I'm going back to bed.
And back to bed, the captain go.
Yeah, Winter makes
sure. I'm back, bitches! I didn't die! You failed! Again! You had one job!
And I don't think we're gonna sleep. He's loud.
The captain fires a gun and nearly cuts off Cherrymon's head like it goes in between his branches. You missed again! It's 1 in the morning. Shut up! Guessomon even fell back asleep. It's not hard to keep him asleep.
Thank God for this. Okay, let's see how it's just checking up Mr. Pluto.
Yeah, Waymon was the only Digimon not caught in the Nightmare Realm, because he wasn't the closest to y'all. Also, she didn't want to fuck around with the Waymon.
Right.
What up?
Rick was trying to check on fucking Chaos's character, and you just happened.
Oh, sorry. Y'all can do y'all's things?
Yeah. Hey, Morgan. Are you alright?
Demi Maramon's still in your arms, by the way.
Yeah. Chaos? I can't hear you if you're talking.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hello. Well, I can hear you.
All right. Well, I'll leave and come back in for just a sec.
Broken now. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Hi.
I can hear Dog.
Chaos just spoke.
Well, I can't hear him. Fuck.
Chaos, leave and come back.
This is what happened to me one time.
Who left to roll 20? Oh, Jerome switched his character. On a side note, I changed my picture to make one with plants. Because she's a little baby. Yeah. Robin, can you speak?
Can you hear me now, Rick?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Alright, roleplay time.
Ready?
But you know, you asked that and you're like, yeah.
All right, just making sure. Agumon, she looks over to Agumon. Are you okay?
I'm fine. Got the little
Yeah,
helpless
more-
there with the fight with Petermon. He says from the back of his head.
You're not
I'm worried
hurt,
about
are you?
Pink.
I'm tough.
Winter checks him for injuries in the darkness, which
He's-
I assume doesn't help much.
He's a
fucking
black
black!
Digimon covered in bruises that are also pretty much dark color. You can't see shit, Rick. The light of the fire does not help at all. Agumon's
Oh.
color is too dark. Even Demomeramon's light doesn't help at all.
Yeah.
Winter's realized her mistake.
Yeah, Winter's like,
You hear Agumon go, ow, 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 ow. Stop touching that. As you're holding onto his arm. It's like, ow,
Yeah.
Bruce.
Winter reaches into her bag and pulls out the jar.
No!
Can you
He
keep
does
it
tinker
down?
on
I'm
him.
trying to sleep.
Yeah, he uses Tinkermon
Hey.
as a meat shield. She's like, no! Let go of me, you
Aga-
little lizard!
She's using
Agumon,
Tinker
let her
Bugs.
go.
But
She's using her-
he drops her as she hits the ground.
No, I take back that before he does. Like,
She blows a raspberry at Agumon.
Yeah,
Well, she's
Winter
back to
Winter
normal.
puts a small glob in Agumon's mouth.
As he was not prepared,
Yeah.
he just starts gagging, trying to throw it up, but it does not. No matter how hard you try, it goes down.
Ugh.
And now
Dark
everyone
fire.
hears Agumon yakking. And sticking his finger down his gullet trying to yak. I'm not gonna do it because I might actually throw up,
Yeah.
but just have the visual representation of Agumon going.
Yeah. Winter then puts
Like,
the
why?
jar away and Winter then pulls out a little snack that she made for Agumon.
I don't want it. It's poison.
It'll help get rid of the taste.
Alright,
He
shit.
chews on it.
Yep.
Nibble, 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 nibble. Tinkermon flies up in your tree. Anywho, I'm going back to sleep. Hopefully,
Agreed.
good night. Let's sleep tight. Don't let the Dreadmon bite.
Please don't say that.
I'll be going back to sleep too. You need rest too, don't you, Demi-Marimon?
Yeah. The Shuckmon's fluffy.
I agree.
You as you approach, he shuffles his body to give you a little spot back. With
Aw.
with an old man grumble. Just,
That is so fucking cute.
Thank you. Winter and Demi-Marimon settle back down.
mhm.
Now that she has looked around and made sure that everybody is okay from our side.
Mhm.
I go ahead
Yeah.
and get checked up. Still show some signs of not. Oh
Yeah. There's obviously some war wounds between you and her
yeah.
for reasons.
Mhm.
As the fireball is in her hand.
Yeah.
Demi-Marimon says, I blew up Digivolve.
Did you?
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad that I wasn't aware of that, or else I probably would have screamed.
That's how I became Demi-Marimon. I blew
And
up.
I suppose you were a bomb.
Yeah.
Anyhow, good night, Demi Merriman.
Good night. As y'all get to sleep, eventually, y'all goes, eeny, meeny, miny. None of y'all. Sunlight's beams break through the forest, but it does not disturb y'all's rest. Because y'all are sleeping in spots where the sunlight is. Besides, the poor captain.
Poor
was just-
Captain. I love that, Jerome. I offer myself as tribute.
As Jorge getting beamed in the face by sunlight. Because it
Does
only hit you in the
Gomamon
face.
sleep on his face?
Yeah. The fact that Jorge doesn't suffocate, kind of terrifying.
Hey, you
Because he's
sleep
sleeping like a cat.
You sleep with your fucking pillow on your face, Greg. How do you know suffocate?
That is a great question. I don't know.
Why?
I now imagine that there are small animals that live in Jorge's house that just sleep with him in his bed.
By the way, Rick, whenever you lay on Shakamon, you kind of sink. Because he's
Yeah.
very fluffy.
Very fluffy.
He's
All
a
the
little
floof.
fluffy dog. The cat, y'all hear a gunshot as y'all wake up.
Ah! Ah!
Shakamon hops up and starts growling as the captain is just. I had to pick the one! He starts shooting the tree, yelling, "One damn spot!" And everyone is now staring at Captain Hookmon.
Did he try to shoot the sun?
He's shooting the tree, specifically the bushes. So it looks like he's shooting the sun to everyone else.
Is he
Captain?
going?
Are you going stir crazy without being in the boat? Probably, but that's besides the point.
Why am
Why
I
did we
awake
have to
now?
get
I was
jumped
starting to
by
wake up. And all
Why
of a sudden, bang!
Why? I need coffee, he says. Did anyone have my coffee pot? It went down, probably went down with the ship.
Oh
So
no.
he grabs Getsamon. Don't talk.
What do you mean?
He clamps his mouth shut. Silence the hole. He's up in his face, like where the mark is. That makes the words. Understand me, boy? He silently nods in horror. Good. I'm glad we're in understanding. He lets him go. Excuse me
guess-
for one moment. I need to vent some aggression.
Where's
Yeet!
He fucking violently threw Cherrymon. He screams.
Am I finally
Wait.
going to die?
Jorge, you found a 5-hour energy as you pull in the bag.
Why do you have a 5 energy drink in there? What do you have in there?
Goemon stares at the little bottle. It's like, why do you have a little baby bottle?
It's an energy
The
drink.
captain stares at it. It's like, what the hell is this?
It's called an energy drink. You drink it and it gives you a shot of caffeine.
It's the size of a battery. What is it
They're
supposed
not
to do to
they're
me?
not healthy. They're
A lot of caffeine.
In a bottle. He looks at this like unbelieving. It's like
Have you
You're-
ever seen something get condensed down?
he rips off the top and just chugs it.
Yeah, just down in one gulp.
You're not supposed
And
to.
well, there's the wake-up call.
You're not supposed. Well,
Yeah, he
5
looks
hours
like
in.
somebody punched him, just like, oh!
No, he just stares and
He's like,
the Captain Parker
this-
starts parkouring off.
Should
Yep.
we go?
Dead.
Why did he chug it?
Sparrow,
Well, I had-
Captain, come back!
Oh, there she goes.
The pirate starts chasing after.
That's
He,
not
he
the
went
way.
off in the wrong direction.
Well, they got. That's
Well.
one way to run him out of the story.
For now.
For now.
Well, should we go on without them or wait?
We know how to contact them now, so it would probably be best to go somewhere where we know that.
This isn't a pirate.
Yeah, Osemon is part of our crew.
Other than the surprise wake up gunshot, how you doing?
Good
Pig?
morning.
Where the hell did everybody go?
Where? I think we're missing a huge jump of the Loud crew.
But I pointed at Jorge. Blame him.
You think? So what did y'all do?
Do we have to explain an energy drink again?
It's. I think I could. I think is an energy drink kind of like a speed potion or something, or I don't know.
Well,
It's like coffee, but distilled down to a very small amount.
but much
With
more.
a bigger effect.
Let's just
A
say
much bigger effect.
very potent.
Never give that to him again.
Oh, that sounds annoying. We'll run into them. They know where we're going, so
That's
we
what
should.
I was saying.
Yeah, we'll be able to
Alright.
meet them at the town.
Jerry,
We have to travel through a
Athens,
mountain.
We're moving.
It's either we go through the mountain or go around it.
Which is quicker?
What do you think? Going
Technically-
around the giant mountain or going up it?
Technically going.
We have enough Digimon that can fly, potentially.
Let's see.
Being what? Devimon?
Tropiumon, Neo Devimon. That's 2.
Beomon says, I may be big, but I don't think I'm that big.
Can't wear Garurumon X fly? He has
I
those
don't know,
weird
we never-
wing things on his back.
You never
He's
tried it.
Isn't he the same size as... He's the same size as Galmon. You can't carry multiple people. That's what Tsukaimon says, thinking about it. Trying to... He may be strong enough.
Yeah, but
How about Pumpkinmon? Sherry says kind of sarcastically.
Miramon's like, I could try.
I could try. Let me try and digivolve to Pumpkinmon.
You
Uh,
can
Yes,
jump
so-
high, but not fly.
How will we save any? How will we save energy?
Oh, hey! Kinda worked. 1/4 of the way there.
Let's not jump through too many levels just yet.
Alright, I won't overexert myself. Just as looking down.
Alright, let's get
Digirod says, if I digivolve, I probably would be able to fly and carry everyone.
You
I'll be this big
evolve
mighty
into sea
dragon.
animals.
Hey,
Hey, Waymon can fly.
Tsukaimon's a guinea pig thing.
He has wings.
I would like to note that Waymon can fly.
Yeah, but Caesar
Yeah, Waymon didn't leave. He's still there. He's just like, where did everyone go?
that way. That point.
Do
They're
you want to
following
follow
their
them, or do you want to come with us, big guy?
Those is yours.
I'll help you. The captain would want me to protect y'all. Even though I'm not Yodo. The baby can float, and Seedramon can also float. But
that's
not really
fly.
fly.
That's not fly. But they don't.
Wagon also floats.
He may be slow, but
You know.
I would not be able to catch up with them anyway.
Oh, I feel bad for him.
yeah, with how fast
He
they're
seems
moving,
sad.
understandable. It's okay, big guy.
In that case, it probably would be a good idea to try and go around the mountain.
I think Waymon might be able to travel up it.
You'd be
But-
willing to try?
I'll try to follow you. If I can't follow, go on without me. It would probably be for the best.
Chaos, are you gonna say something?
Yeah, no, everyone
Yeah,
notices
no, I'm
my
just
mom
like,
now is very sad.
It's just like, nah. I think either way. I think we'll stick with you.
Yeah, no, you're the Captain Hookmon cares about you. You're not just some forgettable boat. You're Waymon.
You're a friend.
Not the main.
They had to have got
Jenny.
the ship off of you to get you to safety. So that means they had to care about you.
And I'm sure
Captain took a serious beating keeping me safe from, Equal Vidramon. I still feel
Here's
bad.
for you.
That one's gonna be probably a scary one to face.
Gomon says, hey, maybe if I Digivolve, I could carry Waymon over them.
Our luck, the mountain's probably gonna have some giant freaking dragon in it.
Or one of the Holy Arcana. Or maybe even all of them.
Don't say that.
None of those things are mutually exclusive.
I mean, they do have a giant dragon.
They have
So
at
what-
least two.
And
Shall we continue this type of talk later?
She
Yeah,
starts shuffling
let's
the deck.
get moving.
Equal Vidramon isn't that big, though.
What about
Comparatively.
because I saw there was another one. and
Andromon's the biggest dragon.
Andrew,
I don't know
Andromon.
about the world. No one has seen it. I don't
Or-
even know what it is, besides the card.
Let's just get moving. So what? Is the world like their boss?
I mean, that would make sense.
That's fun.
No
Oh,
one has
so-
ever seen the world.
So my assumption was wrong, being the number one being the boss.
The number 1 card's Warlockmon. The number 0 card's Fakemon.
There is a number 0.
Number 21 is the world, which
Nice.
has the 3 Digimon on it. Being Seedramon, she points to Gomamon, Airdramon, and Earthdramon.
We met both of those.
We've met all three
Wow.
of those Digimon, actually.
Yeah, we
So
met the
maybe it has something to do with the 3 of them.
or maybe
I mean,
I hope
it could
not.
just be pretty card art.
that's just
There
all.
were some Digimon on Pochermon's artwork, too.
He got what he deserved.
Yeah, no.
And Acteon was eaten by his dogs.
What the fuck is Acteon?
So it's essentially this ancient Greek, almost copy pasta, essentially. So there's this hunter Acteon, and he's a super great hunter, and then he does something unforgivable in the eyes of the gods, and then something happens that forces his hunting dogs to eat him alive. And there's like a dozen different variations. Like one time,
Yeah.
one of it, he accidentally peeks on Artemis bathing, and then she turns him into a deer and his dogs eat him because, oh hey, a deer, our master will totally love us if we, bring this big deer for him.
There we go.
For whatever.
Trying.
Everyone be careful on this butt thing.
And then they search for their master because he's gone, and they go to Chiron, and Chiron is like, I think I figured out what happened, and so he makes a big old statue of Acteon for the dogs
Okay,
to
I
be
must
next to.
scale up this map because it's really tiny.
Yeah.
Because it's meant for Digimon to walk on, not ants.
But what about the Ant Digimon?
You do realize they're massive, right?
What
No,
about
I'm
the droids?
making a joke.
What about the droids attack on the Wookiees, Greg?
No, what about
What
the
about the
Arcana
droid attack
on
on
the
the
ant?
Wookiees?
You're kind of.
We're gonna have to move you fucks, by the way, back to the corner.
That's simple.
Token layer. There we are.
It's going to be one of the
Chuckmon says this
gamers,
is very claustrophobic. Very fear of heights.
You have vertigo?
No, but it feels like I should. With how big I am.
How does the said bridge look?
It looks well kept, surprisingly enough. Like it was recently repaired. Gomamon is walking forward.
Oh, for fuck! I was about to.
Yeah, he snuck off. It's like, last one there's a rotten Digitama!
Next one, there's a Devi-Tamama!
Well, exactly.
You know, we need to put him on a leash.
Catamonga, you're supposed to be watching him!
I looked away for half a second!
Actually, wasn't
Like,
that only meant for
literally.
last night?
Literally half a second, I blinked! I didn't expect him to slip out of Jorge's arms when I blinked!
Also, I would like to note that
Wait, where
Jorge
is
next to
Jorge?
you,
Oh, he's
Tyler.
next to me. I couldn't see because of
After saying he was next to Tyler, I'm just crossing the bridge.
Yeah.
How the hell?
Come on, we gotta keep up with him. It
Actually,
is
Go
weird
on,
that
stop.
this mountain trail seems so well kept, though.
That's not a good sign. Or maybe it might be.
It means one of two things. Either this is a common road used for people,
I heard an
or
You'll notice a giant crater on the side of the mountain. Like, it's
What?
not deep. Well, I mean, it is deep, but you can clearly see the end of it. Like, something shattered a part of the mountain.
I think whoever kept the bridge did that.
you don't know that.
Oh.
It's a, I said I guess.
There, it looks like there's
it's
been a
not
fight here, he
100%.
says.
There's a
There's
guess.
spikes in the ground, Gomamon says. These aren't natural. Oh, I've ripped you, Mom.
Also, in meta, I thank you for moving my characters around because my mouse is so effed up. I can't move it normally without holding down right click for some reason.
It's weird.
Hmm.
For reference, you can use your keyboard, the arrow keys on your keyboard, to move as well.
Gomamon's pointing at one of these dark yellow. Waymon's
Wait.
kind of just floating in the back. I'll wait for y'all to cross, he says.
Winter bends down to look at one of the spikes. Closer.
You don't have to bend down much.
Yeah.
It looks like a part of a turtle.
What do you
Winter
think it is?
tries to scan it using the
Okay.
analyzer. If it's part of the Digimon's body, then you should be able to get the data on it.
Why does this remind me of Ralmon all over again?
I'm gonna go make sure I know what the... Recommend...
Again, Waymon floats.
Mm-hmm. Tortamon! A champion level vaccine Digimon, type reptile, field nature spirit. You see I will show what appears on the Digimon Analyzer. Normally y'all are scanning a Digimon that's there. This time y'all are scanning a part of a Digimon. Y'all see this just spinning on Rick's
Taurus?
Digimon.
I guess that makes sense with the name Tortamon.
Yeah, look at the spikes! They match the ground! Yeah, do you not see the Tortamon?
Yeah,
That's not actually there.
Yeah.
Here, I'm putting it over your character. You see the tortoise. Well, I will send in private what Tortamon looks like. You should know what Tortamon looks like. No public. This is what Tortamon looks like. That is what's on the Digimon Analyzer.
And like that,
I just deleted him off the map. it closes out the thing the other way.
That's one creepy looking thing.
Well, we're probably gonna have to keep our eyes peeled, as usual.
Some of these rocks are also messed up. Like, they don't belong, young ones scrolling around. You think it was in a fight with another Digimon? Galmon sniffs around. I smell more than one Digimon, but I can't tell what it is. I guess one of them might be Tortamon then.
How many do you smell?
I think around 3 to 4.
Either.
Pluto! Footprints! Agumon says. Maybe it's a big fight! Y'all noticed y'all are standing in one of the footprints, pretty much.
Why do I feel like I feel like I'm in the Godzilla movie?
I don't think that we want to end up seeing what made these footprints.
You think we're pretty much think of it like you'll notice the ground was slightly deeper in spots. I think I look over.
I just look over to Winter, just like, now that you said that, we're gonna run into it, right?
Yeah.
Well, this is bigger than the machine footprint I tripped over one time.
Wasn't that Raumon's?
Yeah, it was.
This is
whatever this is bigger than Raumon.
Shakamon puts his hand in the paw print's definitely a lot bigger than my print, but hopefully it's about my height if I was standing on 2 legs.
Hopefully. Whatever it is big and heavy.
And judging from the damage, strong. That's the last thing I say.
Yeah. Let's just hurry on through.
Let's just hope it's like the evolution of Tortamon or something, not a whole aircon.
Those things aren't necessarily mutually exclusive.
I look at Tyler.
Galmon even looks up to you.
Oh, I did it.
Red flag. Again?
Galmon nods. Yep, you did it again.
Stop being genre savvy.
I can't help
it. Says, what are the odds that it will kill? Every time he jinxes it, it actually happens.
Every time since I've been here.
Oh.
Hey, Winter, you want to keep a tally?
Murphy's Law,
It has been every time. Every time we encountered a Digimon.
Murphy's Law, everybody.
Yomon says, who is Murphy? What does his law have to do with anything?
Basically, it means if something can go wrong, it will.
Let's travel up the mountain path, Ghostman says.
It's a weird negative look, but
you notice Ghostman fly off.
Yeah. Ghostman, be careful!
I'm being fine, look!
I knock on Gomon's head, you're a bad influence.
Gomon's like, I have no idea what you're talking about.
I have no idea what you're talking about. There's definitely been fighting around here. I don't think the Digimon Galmon smell were fighting each other.
No.
Yeah, she says
Murphy's Law, yeah.
Guys?
What?
There's blood.
There's blood?
Winter rushes forward.
Blood.
Maybe a Digimon. In this universe, I've established they have.
No.
They do.
Oh yeah, no. As in, I totally forgot.
I didn't.
Remember, I described in gory detail what happened to Cutiemon in that session of her being shredded to bloody ribbons. And then Lady Devimon licking the bloody fingers. And then start drilling into her own head. Like Dio did in part 3. Remember that?
Yeah.
Well...
Must have suppressed that. Fair enough.
Yeah, honestly, fair.
I mean, the only
reason why Digimon bleed in this is because the V-Tamers manga.
Yep.
Because they bleed in that, it's established, and it's more D&D. Alright.
So most likely the Digimon was here died because you know what happens, they poof.
Either that or they got away.
I mean, there's clearly a trail. I think the Digimon and the 4 Digimon in question probably jumped this poor one. Or maybe multiple.
Are you sure it's not him getting dragged or it actually moving that direction?
Yeah, she's looking. They'll see more stuff of like it's been obviously a battle, but it clearly seems one-sided of more than one Digimon fighting.
Fuckly.
From the tales of there's debris, broken trees. There are trees on the map. You can pretend there are. Like
Yeah.
you know, for
This what's an unfair fight.
I mean, one of them Gomon says, I mean, duh! One of them's the size of a building! That's not a fair fight to begin with.
Come on, be quieter. If there really
Why
is
don't you
something
hear it?
lurking around here, you need to be quiet. Don't want to alert them.
The issue
to our
here is-
presence.
Which one floats over?
Which one's cheating with her broomstick?
Yeah, no, she is cheating. She floats over.
The issue here is we don't know who was fighting who.
There's a lot of
could've
different
been
colored
an
blood
all-out.
everywhere, she says. That means
could've
there are
been an all-
multiple
it could
different
either been a-
Digimon.
It could have been either an all-out brawl or some other thing.
She looks at this damaged... Yeah. Data not found.
Well, if you you said
Because
that
There
you're
must
not-
not be
no.
enough of it
You're
for
now-
it to scan
Jorge,
which
you are now
Digimon it
officially
was
up here because you
specifically.
said you were scanning the blood.
Yep. There's a lot of... for example, one pillar has green blood on it.
How does it bleed?
Like someone was impaled on it. That's what it looks like. There's obvious indentions. Kind of beetle shaped. Not... How's the blood? No, because Tortimon's shell piece is a prominent part of Tortimon, or any Digimon
I would
bleed.
hang on. I would like to note that it's not a DNA check.
Yeah, not asking DM. Not asking. What do you mean not asking DM?
Oh, he's
That's
saying in universe. That's what
yeah.
what Jorge is saying.
Oh, okay. My brain.
All right. It's the way
I
you
don't know how
typed it
this
out,
thing
just like
works.
we didn't notice.
I have
It might be that it needs to be an identifiable part of the Digimon in order for our analyzers to analyze it.
Like maybe
if
a
it's a part
hand
of-
or something might be. a
So
smaller
like
format.
or flesh or their flesh, not their blood. Got it.
You say flesh very creepily. She looks to Tyler.
You know, I agree with I agree with Witchmon.
Yeah, that was a little weird the way that you said flesh.
Oh, shut up.
She's like holding her hand, puts her giant mitt on the pillar. This guy got attacked from behind, I think.
How
Because look
can
at
you
the
tell?
imprints on the ground. He looks like he's... Look! She points to the imprints. Those are Kuagamon's feet. So, he was probably standing here and they got attacked from behind.
So Kuagamon's the Digimon, the loser from looks of it.
One of the losers. She says, they're different colored blood. Bug Digimon bleed green,
Generally.
generally.
Alright. So,
This is a mammalian or draconic, or just your stereotypical Digimon.
how
This
much
is
you
like
want to
at
bet they
Well,
backstab their
path,
buddies?
like,
How much you want to bet they backstab their buddies?
we don't know the full story, besides there was a fight here and obviously people lost. Probably good people. Maybe even bad people.
Let's
We should
get
keep
moving.
moving.
Agreed.
Ghost One says, this place is creepy, even for me. Oh no, Waymon's Fortnite's at heart. We'll see this. Ugh.
It's a good thing I don't have eyes.
He does, though. He can still see. What are y'all
There's sound.
talking about? Y'all hear behind. Nothing, just... cherry shots. Just don't look at the ground.
Or the walls.
Just
There's
close your
some
eyes
walls
and
here.
flow. Okay.
We're on a path, dog.
There are walls.
It's just the area. It looks like there's no walls on us.
Like
Yeah, it does look
proper-
flat, but they are towering wall pillars. The bridge had proper support and obviously stuff built to hold massive Digimon. Like this thing looks like the bridge looks like the thing that blocks Zora Magnaros, a Monster Hunter. It's kind of built like that.
Oh god.
Okay.
So it could hold Waymon.
but it floats.
Which one says, "I'll scout ahead. Let's."
Why have I feel? I almost said something. I didn't say it. I didn't fucking say it.
Got it.
Hey, I think I got one of the culprits. At least us. She pulls out a snowflake staff.
What's that one?
This is Sorcerermon's weapon. But no Sorcerermon. What happened here?
I think we should just hurry. The longer we
Wait.
spend here, the higher the chance that we'll be discovered by whatever did this.
Something tells me that Sorcerymon could still be alive.
Most items of Digimon, not all of them time, if they're separated from the Mon before death, they don't disappear. Chatamamon's staff that it's in Waymon's mouth.
But yet, when
The staff is massive, Jerome. I know we've had you pull out some weird shit, but it's
I mean,
like,
it's about
Yeah, pulling
it's about
out
our size.
giant shit from your pack is absolutely fine. It's putting giant shit in that we're not going to show.
Yeah.
so
You know what?
Witchmon puts it in her bag because it's a magic bag.
Yep. It's the magic bag of holding. The true magic bag of holding.
I was just thinking that
Your bag is a
because-
bag of random.
Yeah, she also picks up a satchel that's clearly snow themed.
I was just
This
thinking
is
that
his. This is a Sorcerymon's as well.
Is
She
he
pulls out
friend
a
of
tarot
yours?
deck. This
I
is
was
his.
Why does everyone have one of them?
Only Digimon from our. Where are the where are Witchmon and
Witchinley.
them from? Only
Why-
Digimon from Witchinley.
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 I'm just saying.
She
'cause
puts
when
it back.
Because when
And then
we
puts it in her bag.
Mhm.
Let's
Because
go.
when Pokemon got done, his knife disappeared.
That's because the weapon was on him when he died.
No, it
He had
did.
all of his tools.
Oh,
The one
He
at
threw that
the
onto the ground.
at Primary Village,
He
remember?
threw- and
I mean, oh right, yeah.
that was
It's
actually a
not-
Leomon sword, to be honest.
No, it
There's
was.
few said that.
Very inconsistent. Blah, blah.
Shut the fuck up! I'm trying to now. I just bat myself. You know why? So I guess because fucking Pochermon's power let him steal the thing. That's why it disappeared along with him. There we go. That makes a reasonable sense. Enough in my head. That's why. If people ask.
It makes
skip
sense to
moving,
me.
or yeah.
I'm just not gonna question it.
Rick, I gave an explanation.
He's a poacher.
Was
So
it a great
might as well have ability.
explanation? No, but it is an explanation. Look, y'all put me on the spot.
Fair.
Put yourself on the spot.
Shut the fuck up. Was those 2 kind months on the right spot? You'll see clear signs of battle going on. Go forward.
Are we sure we're not walking into a war zone?
I think
Are they getting fresher and fresher as we go on?
They're somewhat.
these are not
The
good.
oldest is where y'all started. It's like the battle started there and progressed to here.
Hey,
You'll
Could be
see
a
clear indentions in the ground. All that. This path is clearly destroyed. Somewhat, but still travelable.
What happened here? That's what I
Just
say in
keeping
my head.
her ears open for for any sounds
Roll
of,
perception, folks.
Roger.
Roll perception.
Perception,
Oh,
you
no.
say?
Strap yourselves in, boys. This is gonna suck.
Ah, what the heck? Nope. Stop. Game. Mouse, stop. Stop, Mouse. Stop being a dick.
for James. Oh, that's rough.
Mm-hmm.
It's a pain just for me trying to figure out what I'm supposed to be
Yeah, no, we
rolling.
rolled the same thing, Rick. Hey, Buckley. Gonna fall off the bed if you keep laying like that.
3d6 plus 5.
6 plus 5 is 11. Thank you, Roll20.
Thank you, Jerome. Very, very helpful.
36 plus 9, boys.
Oh my god, James! Even with a 1, you still got a 16. Oh. Never mind, Jorge, he beat him.
I got 17 as well.
With a 1!
Y'all hear this? What sounds like dripping water?
So everyone with
A 14 or higher hears the sounds of what is dripping.
Something's dripping. Does it-
and I don't think it's water.
Should avoid it.
Could be a wound, an injury.
Oh, there's only one pathway to follow.
Keep going forward.
Keep moving forward. This place is really starting to annoy the hell out of me.
Keep climbing. We're getting closer to the top, and we'll be able to head around.
Mhm.
I guess it's just cat stopped us again. There might be something else going on.
Which one holds her hand out? As Galmon's ears twitch. Same with Sukaimon's. Talking?
I whisper, what are they saying?
I can't. He says we're not close enough, but I can hear all the people talking. After.
I'm gonna regret this, but we gotta move closer in order.
I think it sounds like it's coming from where we're gonna go, so looks like we're going into a fight no matter what.
Oh no, Ghostmon got left behind.
Wait for me, I have no legs!
Hey, for me, I got little legs. Waymon is slowly approaching up.
Dinnin', dinnin'. All he needs now is a shark fin.
Alright, y'all head to let me copy this lineup. How do y'all want to approach? No, I'll let y'all place yourselves.
Oh god, placing myself will be even more of a pain with this fucking mouse.
In this corner. Who's approaching first?
Miles, which corner, Greg?
Bottom left. Ignore the Patreon thing. We do not own the rights to this map or any of the maps we use for the Digimon on Digital Adventure, except for the ones Cat made.
But we also, don't really earn anything from this. So,
Just barely managed.
Is everyone placed down?
Sugaimon's on, but I'm pretty sure you might need to play some or James having trouble.
I was lucky getting Justin on. Because there's only two ways for my mouse to move its cursor smoothly. It's either holding down right click or holding down the scroll wheel. Both are awkward as fuck.
Wait. What do you hear?
Y'all can hear visible laughter now.
They're laughing.
What are they talking about? Can we hear?
Hold on. I'm finishing up placing those friends.
With the pirates, it would be 100% cluttered.
Y'all hear, we came, we saw, we kicked their ass. It was almost too easy. They outnumbered us. It's almost like 5-1. It seemed a little too easy, if you ask me.
Only one that's a Taurus anyway.
Quiet. Everyone, hold on a minute. Let me try and get an accent I like for Pangolima. Now hold on a minute. I'm trying not to do Southern again. There, I think I'll go with something unexpected. Like this. I hear something.
Oh, come on.
Crap.
I didn't speak that. Oh, come on, sneaking out.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
He does shout, "Hey, losers!"
He's gonna get us killed one of these days.
I'll look down. Fight me! They just start laughing their asses off. And then just walk back off. Hey! Pay attention to me! Listen, kid. You ain't worth anything on Pangolium. Let's fight! Let alone a fight. You ain't even champion yet. You have to toss a ridiculous distance from where you are.
Yeah, no, Gomon literally bolted over there.
Yeah, Gomon don't have hands. Yeah. He could try.
He tries and fails.
Try, Jorge. I believe in you.
Tortimon's, yeah, tries to pick up a skull up the dirt and eats it up there. Doesn't make it. They're just watching. I admire your spirit, kid, but I don't feel right about crushing no child.
God, we have to save him.
He says, we may be bad, but that requires more step in some stuff of Infernal Formosmon or Warlockmon territory, and I don't feel like it today. After all, we just butchered a huge chunk of a resistance group. And then crushed them morally. So, I'm in a great mood. You can walk away with your
I'm
life.
just trying to climb up this thing with Gamon. Suffer Taylor to see this stupid seal again.
Hold on.
What?
Gomon says, we'll fight you and we could stop you. We?
Oh my god.
He hops down, and y'all feel the ground just shake. Tyler, you fall off the thing you were climbing on.
Ah!
Idiot.
The ground softly shakes as these guys jump around Gomon.
Oh, that was stupid
Now,
of
what
me.
do you mean, we?
Just ignoring
Boy.
Tyler's scream as he fell
Yeah,
off.
no, they kind of got echoed by the sound of all of them crashing into the ground.
I just sigh because of that. Like,
So
never doing that
he
again.
picks up. By the way, Jerome, you know everyone sees Goemon picked up from where they're at. What do you mean we? Yo, boss, I think one of the things that you were told about in your little holocaust with Judge Angemon, one of them Digidorks or whatever they're called. Yeah, I think one of them was had a Goemon as a teammate. Are you sure it was a Goemon, normal Goemon, not a Goemon X like this one? It could be in a normal Goemon too. You don't know.
I'm going to kill that seal.
I don't see any things that look like those human. Maybe he got too big for his britches and ran off on his own. And tried to fight one of the strongest members of the Holy Arcana by himself. It's adorable. He starts laughing, holding up. Yeah, Goemon's trying to punch him as he's like pinching him. Pretty much by the scruff. He yells at you. Pangoliamon just starts laughing.
Hunter turns to Jorge and whispers, Jorge, you need to do something.
Well, he says, bottoms up, I guess. There'll be one less thing to worry about.
Shit, they're gonna
just
keep
chanting,
Goemon.
eat him! Eat him! Eat him! Goemon goes, uh-oh.
Goemon!
On it! He pops up.
All I
Yeah,
can do
he
is
gets-
the
No, hold on. Before
There's-
Galmon Digivolves, he gets a free. He just punches.
I did all of them.
He hops up, Digivolves midair, and just kicks Gal.
You can't get him in the ultimate that moment, so I have to get him in the champion.
What the hell? Gah!
Well,
You're gonna wait for him to get almost eaten. You are heartless.
Alright then. We'll see what's faster then.
Only my mouse worked normally, then I would have just.
Since Dog took the free advantage of Digivolving, and no one else chanted.
I'm-
I was
yeah.
trying to, but my mouse
Actually, I was
being a
about
dick.
to evolve Ghostmon into Soulmon.
Well, now you'll have to do it on y'all's turns, because I'm evil. Because
Ah.
Jerome's waiting.
Just because I had a mouse problem. God damn you, cat.
You should have said something.
I said multiple times that my mouse is being a dick.
I know you said your mouse is being a dick. You could have just said, I'm Digivolving Tsukaimon.
If
But-
he doesn't get
Fine.
swallowed first. You see the size of that thing.
Yeah, no. So, one of
Would
Galagamon's
fucking
claws
Jorge actually do
slammed.
that? Would he actually do that?
Claws,
Let
yeah,
his
no.
friend get
Pause,
eaten?
everyone, yeah. Dog did bring up a valid point.
Yeah,
But
would
at the
have
end of the
Jorge
day,
let his friend, who he does care about, we've seen.
Before anyone happens, we need to ask that about Jerome. Jerome
Yeah.
says he was biding his time, or thinks about it in Jorge's shoe. We gotta remember, play in character, boys. The characters y'all built, stories that they are developing.
Okay, I think my initiative's on the Digimon sheet, correct? Yep, there it is. Alright, I gotta go. Come on, initiative.
So I will ask. No, I need to ask Jerome realistically. Would play in character? This is not a fine peer pressure thing. I am asking, what would Jorge do? Not what would peer pressure do. What would Jorge do? So, alright. Then Digivolve Gomamon if that's what the case is. I will scale him up if that is the case.
Become Danger Noodle.
he would still be in the grasp of seeing Pangoliamon.
All of a sudden, you're getting stranglehold of him.
It's because it's just a
think it would be
surprise
very
slippery snake. Because he was holding a little lizard with a pinch, and then now there's a big ass little furry. Roll initiative, folks.
I got
Alright.
21, bitches.
I got a 20.
This is bad. We have to fucking.
Yo!
My God.
So I got a 21.
Pangoliamon is not that fast.
No, he is slow.
I can't believe you, Rick. Ding ding ding. Critical sixes.
So at least you know in the beginning of your turn you get Pumpkinmon.
I can
You
try
guys
and get
it'll-
Pumpkinmon.
If he
Try.
digivolves, if he digivolves all the way to Pumpkinmon, he can't do anything.
Right, Digivolving takes the turn.
Yeah. So you don't just digivolve for free.
Also, since Winter is still currently
Weren't we gonna give you? Yeah, weren't we gonna give him a Digimon as a partner as well?
no,
Why is there a Digimon here
I don't know. Why is there a Digimon there?
in the sheet? Yeah, it's a not built Digimon. I guess he was planned and forgotten. Oh well, he doesn't need it. He has a huge group enough as it is.
It would have been an irony that you get a Digimon as well.
It would have been a player's irony, but they all seem there's already that colored team, and I'm pretty sure all of them digivolve from Armadillomon, at least in one way or another.
I don't see a Digimon.
In the Holy Arcana Underling sheet, there's a Digimon.
No, there's Digimon, but not.
Oh my god, I thought Digimon was Digimon. I am just like
The only one that only two of those he Digivolve to. Golemon does not.
Golemon's just a stereotypical Rocky Digimon.
Mm.
Alright.
Where the fuck is it?
Shuckmon is like, I'm too old for this, and Witchmon's not a fighter either. The little baby.
I'm a lover. I'm not a fighter. Pretty sure she's gonna want to fight.
Hold on. Right, I need to get Sherry. Does anyone have Michael's sheet?
I think I do.
Yo, Sugaimon, the Hectoro.
What is with all of what is with us in 20s?
I don't know. I'm hopefully thinking I don't roll super bad. So there's me and my
Check out the Golem first, because it's what I hit.
I have Athens. I will play with Athens. Alright, top of the round. Soulmon.
With the full natural 26.
All right.
Do you waste your turn to Digivolve?
Sometimes it does. It's very taxing to all go to ultimate.
Let me
So
take
choose
a
y'all's
look
decision.
at Solmon's stats, and I will make a decision then, because I...
Will this be the return of the Soulmon one-shotted?
Very well could be.
I mean, if you do DP comparisons from the freaking Digimon Digital card game, it'd be just as horrifying.
Yeah, I kind of have to in order for... But I'm also going
Or
to
you
roll an
just stand up
evolution
fighting,
check, because...
Yeah. Because how much Digivolving Ghostmon has done today
Yeah.
might be a lot really taxing on her.
If this succeeds, then yes. If it doesn't, then no.
Also, the question is, would Winter want her to fight a situation like this? Soulmon wants to fight, but does Winter?
That's why
there's-
I'm rolling the evolution check. Winter
Yeah.
doesn't really want to, but she wants to respect Silmon's wishes.
There's a 15 beat that.
I'm thinking. How much does Winter love Soulmon?
A lot.
Then that fails. As you go to Digivolve it, a flash of Lady Devimon flashes in your head. As you try to go to Ultimate.
Yeah.
You
The
about to say
sparks
Matt?
started up, and they just shot down.
Like,
As Soulmon turns around, it's like, I'm not a pumpkin! Why am I not pumpkin? Winter, are you okay?
I don't know. We'll just have to help the way that we are.
Okay then. If hopefully that fixes itself, the Digivice. Reality, it's Winter.
Uh-huh.
Whoa! You just scared the crap
He
out of
just
Tyler.
she phases through Tyler as he's trying to climb up. Pardon me.
Don't do that.
That felt very.
Yeah.
Like, you almost
Yeah,
made you fall off.
she's floating above Galgamon.
Hi, Galgamon.
And this is a called shot specifically. Which, let me make sure that I understand the ruling on that, because there's specific things that go into called shots.
You can make another evolution check on your next turn, alright, Rick?
Yes, I can.
I know. I was just letting you know.
So these guys are.
Alright, here it is. Alright, here's what I'm specifically using. I'm using a sharpshooting. It's on page 162 in the actual thing if you want to take a look at it.
Alright, thank you, Rick.
And also, Ghostmon is still over here for me to do so. That one. Right. Range. Aiming specifically for Dangoliumon's arm.
His massive ass fucking arm.
Yeah.
Takes an accuracy penalty equal to the target's RAM value.
Yep.
And damage is reproduced by CPU value. So odds are this might just do nothing.
This is
Drum.
probably going to do nothing.
Rick Woods are back personally to do this. I want to do this ability.
You know, I'm letting him do that because I did just fuck him.
Yep.
Like, yeah, I don't have to deal with that. But let's see.
Yeah, we're gonna use Necromagic here. So this is a simple action on Winter's part and a complex action on Ghostmon's part. I roll. On. Wait, what is his RAM value, actually? Ignore the roll that I just did when it eventually pops up.
3.
Alright. So this actually might be a really bad thing. Got 66, which is fun.
And there's only one success. So what do I need to roll for dodge?
His regular dodge.
He does have different dodges, though, so I do have to keep track of that.
It would be his ranged dodge.
Okay, that is his... Alright, then.
I mean, you could beat it. Never mind.
Well, remember, beats it, but also...
But how much is that too?
Not enough.
Her stage
I'm
bonus
guessing.
is, I believe, 2. Which means that that's 14 damage, which I know isn't enough to deal more than 2. Plus,
Yeah.
14 damage to deal more than 2?
against his armor,
14 damage?
Doing nothing to him.
That did nothing.
He's like, was that supposed to?
You built this! How do you not know that?
No, I said that's
No, he
not
does.
going to work.
That's what he was saying.
Yeah. Yeah, you notice the beam just pretty much chink off his armor, and Ghostmon just like, I would like to be Pumpkinmon now.
So these guys looks like all of them have tough armor. If that's the case, maximum digivolution!
Come on, Max. Super Digivolve. Come on, Maximum Digivolve 2. We're Garurumon.
Lucky all these guys have tough armor, so in that case, where Garurumon's claws could definitely rip them apart. Guessing I can't attack since I digivolved.
Correct.
Evolution is actually only supposed to take a simple action from the tamer.
The tamer. Alright, I'll give you that.
But
then.
you can only evolve once per round.
Yeah.
Which I did do.
Yes.
So,
It was Gargamon's Digivolution with his roleplay scenario.
Yeah.
So I can only do one attack.
Mm-hmm.
No. Garurumon X has both of his attacks, but Tyler only has one of his actions. It's a simple action on the tamer's part to him.
Gotcha. Time to go chop up some rocks.
The poor Golemon, he won't ever get to fulfill his job that I built him for.
You might, if it
Picking
fucking
up
fails.
people and throwing them around.
He might live.
He might live.
That's 4 successes. Kaiser nails! Why'd you ping me, James?
Accident. I'm trying to
You said
Figure out a way
six
to-
successes?
Four
figure out a way to
successes.
Or that's 2.
Alright.
work.
Armor piercing 3, 15 damage. And that's how many went through?
15 damage?
With armor.
Ain't that also minus 6 armor?
Piercing. Did you say armor piercing 3?
Yes. That just fucking kill him.
Does armor piercing 3 take out half armor?
That takes out 6 armor.
Just
Wow.
fucking
15
one shot.
damage
Yes.
Plus 2.
plus 2. That's 17 damage. And that takes away 3 armor?
That's
6.
6.
6 armor? So, how much total damage is it dealing?
17 with 6 armor piercing.
He's shockingly alive.
Somehow.
Damn. Why move so I can't do anything else?
Y'all knows Golemon just got his shit ripped apart. And they got all... They look very upset.
Dang, these guys are tougher than I thought. I know this fucker's gonna retaliate back.
Tsukaimon's turn.
Remember, it's a simple
The
action
first
to
thing you do
Digivolve,
is
but
bring out Devimon.
yeah, but we can't warp the Digivolve yet, so the highest you can go as Tsukaimon is Devimon.
Is Devimon.
Yeah, and something.
Poor Jabs.
I know what he's doing. Tsukaimon, Digivolve to Devilmon.
Thanks for doing.
Where do you
stuff.
want to move him? You can ping, and I can move him for you.
Yeah, but even the ping is a pain in the ass.
Well, it's an easier pain in the ass than moving.
Because the way my dumb mouse works, it's like.
You have a-
I mean, you are supposed to hold down the button to drag and move stuff anyway.
Yes, but I have to click on said object first, and it's a pain in the ass to do so.
My new mouse,
Give me
man.
the ball. Give me the ball. Give me the ball.
Hey.
Buckley, give me the ball. Thank you, boy.
Just
Yes, I
running
know.
in the background, he's like, "Give me the ball, boy. Give me the ball. Who's a good boy, Buckley?"
Also,
That's so adorable.
Mhm.
I'm so snipey boy. I don't think moving would really matter. I can just fly off. Up.
Where's Wesley going? What happened?
Can't even fucking.
Wesley, you alright?
Can't even actually get my shit with this shit.
Wes. Well, James figures this stuff out.
Or
I'll be
not.
right back.
Alright.
You know what? Fuck this wireless mouse piece of shit.
Where the hell did he go?
Guess I'll have to use the damn touchpad. Now I'm gonna be reaching like a retard. Oh, time to break my arms.
Okay. Brother's senses were tingling and they were wrong. Thankfully. Alright, I'm back. So, which... I'm in Devimonji. What were you planning on using?
Laser Wing, since it's the only ranged move now for...
Death Hand has reach. I mean, realistically, the other moves didn't make sense as ranged moves. Let's be fair.
I'm sorry, when one of the description options for Death Hand was firing lasers, I'm pretty damn sure.
Hold on. Death Hand doesn't even have a description.
Working on 6, but...
Laser Wing flaps his wings, fires destructive energy. Demon's Ray resonates dark energy from his hands. Death Claw pierces opponents with both extendable arms and enforces its will on the opponent. James is firing Laser Wing, so I will roll it. Laser Wing, 7d6 to hit.
Yeah.
The question is, who are you firing at?
I mean, I'm totally not taking on the armadillo yet. That shit.
So Devimon is flying up in the air and firing then? He can only see Pangolian from where he's at.
Well, that sucks. Oh well.
I mean, you can fly. You fly up in the air, you can fire at Pangoliamon or any other Digimon.
You know what? You know, I probably don't see him. And Kylo's.
Oh, you do see him. Remember, Devimon's in the air, but the problem is now all of them see him. They're like, where the hell did he come from?
I think they already said that when the Wergarurumon X showed up.
Yeah, no, they're like,
the Wergarurumon.
where are all these Digidorks coming from?
Damn it. God damn it.
Hey, you might hit one.
Yeah.
You hit Inkalamon.
Oh god! Wow!
Oh.
Laser Wing does knockback 5.
If it does,
Why
I
is
believe it
Laser
does
Wing
over a
set to
certain amount of damage.
support? With
Excuse
knockback.
me.
I
don't
fixed
know.
it.
It should be damage.
I fixed it
Yeah.
for you, James. I figured
Yeah,
it.
I thought that was that too. I was like, the fuck?
No, that was a mistake on my
How
part.
much-
Accidents happen, Rick.
So, how much over is Inkalamon? 1 over.
I mean, it doesn't have armor piercing, so
That's
its armor
still.
could help.
That's 17.
All four of these.
Oh
have
well,
one thing in
that
common.
didn't do much.
Yeah, the tanky motherfuckers.
He gets he's set sliding back as he's.
Oh yeah, I know
1,
that thing.
2,
I
3.
forgot he targeted that thing.
There. Just his nails digging in the ground. I'll get you for that!
Try me.
Devimon
You
says,
and your
"Try
little
me.
dog too.
Try me, bitch. He says that grinning.
Yeah.
I ain't little.
Our
Well,
turn.
Yep. Literally, like he says, it's our turn.
Agumon Digivolve to Dr. Renamon.
And
I'm pretty sure that thing.
Remember, if to scale the mountain, you got 2. So it'd be 2, 4, 6, 8 movement to scale it entirely. Unless you could
Yes.
fly.
he has plenty of movement to get to right here.
You take
Hey,
you
Rick.
talking-
Yeah.
Let's see how this Golemon works.
Oh, you're gonna kick snipe my.
He's gonna clash with it.
No, I'm not clashing.
Target the turtle. It's right there.
Hey, less enemies to deal with later, the better.
Alright.
Let me just make sure that my rolls are correct. Yep, perfect.
And you're playing character, Tyler does not care about a knockout
Knock
beat
nail.
count.
Yeah. I just imagine Golemon after the attack. Oh, you're tearing me apart!
No, just like
Yeah,
no.
How do I track combat monster, by the way?
There
Oh, no,
should be a
close
thing-
combat.
There should be a thing on the side.
Oh, it's close combat, not combat monster.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, just Tyrannomon.
Golemon
just
has
evolves
counterattack.
from-
How does that work?
So if somebody misses, then he can use one of his moves as a response for free.
Alright. So you're attacking
But
Golemon?
yeah,
Look at them
Yep.
successes, boy.
Watch these get all successes. Or none.
One
one.
success.
Just go.
So this has a damage of 13.
This Golemon
Plus
fucking
4.
sucks, dude.
I
So
noticed.
17. Also, Dark Nail is my piercing attack.
Well,
piercing
to
two.
be fair, they are champions. But that I
Yeah,
honestly
piercing
was
two,
expecting
so
to be a little
max 4
stronger, but oh well, that's not.
The 17 minus 4 armor, with my 4 armor piercing.
I'm trying to figure this out. I'm Cat's thinking. Rick, question: could this stream see our stream my messages to you? By the way.
No.
All right. I'm checking with my consort, who assisted me in building these. Dark Tyrannomon's claws slash into Golemon as he poofs. But y'all notice something. Like a dead silence in the air. Seizuremon is let go, by the way. As now there's a sense of anger. Penguliamon says this. He may have been my henchman. He was my lackey, but he was still my friend. Now I have an issue with Jitchy brats.
Well, shit.
Devamon says, "Uh-oh."
Oh.
The others roar along with him. Yeah, I know. The champion Digimon have now gained a power-up. Bengoliamon's already busted enough as it is. My consort.
Robin!
That is Dark Tyrannomon's turn. What does Seedramon do?
Now that he's been dropped onto the floor.
Yeah, no. If Pengolimon, if he didn't die, Golemon right there, I would have had Seedramon just use as a weapon. But Golemon, he was not prepared for Golemon to die.
Hopefully, I have a bit of time. I need to use the bathroom. I'll be right back.
Dr. Animal's just like, I may have made a mistake.
There was an error here. What is the Tamers and Digimon have separate action?
Yes.
By technicality, you have 4 actions you could do a turn. 2 for Tamer, 2 for Digimon.
So if there is a tamer action that is a complex action, then you can use that and still have both of your actions as a Digimon.
Your partner would still have all his actions. Huh, scan the enemies?
It's, I believe, a special order of his.
So how is scanning the enemies gonna help?
In this case, it's meant to be a thing of gets to see his weaknesses and other stuff.
Alright then.
It is once per battle. That lasts until Jorge's next turn.
Until Jorge's next turn? That's ridiculous! With how big the party is, Pangoliamon might drop.
He's not gonna drop.
We'll see about that.
Alright,
Arrow
back.
to the face. That's fine. Roll.
One, two, three, 4. Looks like 4.
Let's see.
I noticed one of his moves has signature move on it. And that fucking to hit. Oh, if I get there, I'm excited.
If
Hey.
he gets that move off, he's essentially one-shotting one of our party members.
By the way, he
does he
has the
have
ability
huge
to...
power?
Yes.
Hang on. Okay, just had to make sure. Alright, you're 1, 2, 3,
I
4,
put
5,
that on any boss, every
Are
boss
you
at this
fucking
point.
kidding me?
Oh, that's
a
another
total of
4
8
you added on.
successes.
This is a ranged attack, so this will hurt even worse this time. Let's see.
What does it get all 8?
He literally can't.
Yeah.
Oh, his yeah. Okay, yeah.
That's 3.
So he stops 3 out of 8, so that's 5. That got through.
But we don't know how much
What's the
armors
total
are-
damage, Jerome?
14, before defense.
Does it have any other stuff with the move?
It will immobilize if it does 2 or more damage.
Is that it?
Wait. I thought his attack did more damage. Wow.
9 base damage if it immobil.
I don't think it immobilized.
No. What?
You got 3. What? He spent a lot of shit.
Yeah.
Overkill, which you only get to do the reroll ones once, I think, or is it the reroll 2s?
Both of them are once per round.
So he's just using it all, and we're probably not gonna. Yeah.
He's trying.
We'll let him.
That's his skill. He can use it. I have no say. Or the
Why
Jorge
can't you
doesn't.
just save it?
Oh, good to know. That means that Pangoliamon can do that.
Oh,
when
thank
he
you,
attacks,
Jerome.
Too.
Reroll your 1, 2, 3 twos.
Yep.
Roll more. There are 3 twos, not 2. I'm not letting you reroll those 2. Thank you. Nothing changed. So how much damage total? I need to know.
14.
14? The icicles hit Pangoliamon in the face, and they shatter.
Well, you know, that did 1 damage. Like,
Overkill is once per round.
You have to do more than 1 damage to trigger the Digimon effect.
Hate to tell you all this, but again, huge power and overkill is once per round. I just looked at it.
So
I
the
thought there was
ice
something wrong with my head.
shatters on Pangoliamon's face. Yeah, Pangoliamon's armor is bulky as shit.
Yeah, I know his
have to
armor.
do-
definitely higher than it's definitely higher
I'm
than
not
a
going to
14.
say anything. I know his armor,
You
but
know.
I'm not saying anything.
Yeah, I had Chaos give him a look over because I was like, I may have made a monster. And
We
Yeah,
wanted a more of
I
a
looked away
Then
for a few
Bunkurimon
seconds, and that
decided.
armor got increased.
yeah, I decided to bump it up a couple.
Yeah, no,
notches.
because how many ultimates there are? That
Yeah.
was and then your effect, it was a necessity. To make the boss fights more anime-y. Oh, that's a lot more successes.
1, 2, 3, 4.
6 successes.
Why did you re-roll it? Why did you do that, Jerome?
Overkill does not activate every round.
I
Chaos
just
mentioned
yeah,
that
I just said it's once per turn.
Yeah, Chaos just mentioned that he checked the book.
I actually equipped the skill to my ultimate to actually look at it. Yes, it does.
Copy what it says, Chaos, and put it in the Discord.
One moment.
That might be an issue with your specific sheet. Remember.
I do have it. We do have it on the big guy. I can go check what it does. Yeah, Overkill literally says once per round, reroll any 2s that appear in an accuracy roll. Requires huge power. But it is also...
So that's the downside of using that.
Jerome did share with me his sheet, right?
Should have.
Ten damage, ignores 2 armor. Alright, that didn't do anything at all.
Yeah, even with those added pluses, won't even get past his armor.
Now, was that supposed to hurt? Boy.
Caesar was like, normally when I do that, people think die.
Normally, you're supposed to die! The only one dying is you today.
Hey, Chaos, you got the turtle, right?
We'll
And
find
Taurus.
out.
Does the turtle have you is the question.
Oh shit, I think it can hit
By the
multiple
way,
people.
charge.
Oh shit, it can hit multiple people.
I'm knocking both y'all off the cliff.
we're about to get our asses knocked over by a fucking tortoise.
So they get to add their ram value to the dodge, correct? That's how that works?
Yes.
He is using his attack to push y'all off.
That's force.
Y'all hear Totemon shout, Grand Dash!
Alright, let's roll dodge, Robin.
Y'all fail. Y'all are going off the cliff, boys.
All right. Chaos has 5.
Does the turtle have anything to let him reroll?
I do not believe.
No. Sad.
1, 2.
3.
Yeah, he got me.
4.
He got me. Meets it beats it.
Yeah, no, Dark Tyrannomon avoids.
Hang on. Hey, dog. Do you got the turtle?
He knocks Wergarumon down and off. He slams into the ground, almost hitting Justin.
Wergarumon! Ghost Soulmon flips out like.
That did allow him to move. Also, guess who has a ranged attack, motherfucker?
How much does that do?
What?
That does 11 damage
Before armor?
before defense. Yeah.
Damage buff,
damage.
remember?
How much is increased the damage by?
2.
2. So that's 11, 12, 13. Remind me of the damage buff each time.
So I take 2 damage.
You also take an additional.
Damage
This is
for falling
straight
off.
damage because you slammed into the ground. 1 damage.
Okay, so I'm at 16. Fuck.
Hey, Devimon!
Yeah?
Oh no.
You notice the turtle starts like aim its shell, like lean forward. Shell Phyllis! Philax, how do you pronounce that?
Shell phalanx.
Shell. You said
Phalanx.
You said that in the most douchiest way possible.
Sorry.
And I feel fail.
Sorry, I didn't
spelled
mean
that
to.
wrong. Shell Phalanx! Hard to
Well, we
say
know
that.
the attack that fucking we found a
He
spike.
fires. Y'all, you see an explosion shoot off as his shell. A huge spike
no.
shoots off.
Debbie wants a glass cannon, bro.
No, we bulked him up.
We bulked him up. It's still rough, but
1, 2, 3,
that's
4.
4
before defense.
successes.
4 to successes. Let's
no.
check. I have to roll for Devimon.
Jade, for love of God, Digivolve on your turn.
1, 2, 3,
My
Oh,
turn.
Dodges!
No, he doesn't dodge.
That's 5.
No, that's
I got
only
4.
4.
Oh.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, that's
4.
only 4, Cat. But he takes minimum damage.
That is 11, Wes Robin.
Plus 2, remember.
Plus 2, 13.
How
Wait,
much
it
armor
has-
does
oh
Debbie
god, it has
have?
+2. Right.
Devimon. Devimon has 8 armor.
It's alright. Ish.
Ish.
Don't
Wait, how
worry. The only other person that can attack you is this guy, but I think he's
Wait, hold on. How much?
Yeah.
That's 13 damage against James's 8 armor.
So that's 5 damage.
All right. Thank you. I was just making sure my mouse was
Jello's
correct.
mon's turn. Does Michael fight this time?
Uh,
Or does he be stubborn and try and get himself to fight?
James, you are at 9.
Holy
Which
sh-
Neo Devimon does not heal to full upon Digivolution. Or would he?
Degenerating can heal to full, but not digivolving itself.
Yeah.
I still hate that we
You
lose our
still have
healer
the
when
same
it
number of
evolves.
wound boxes ticked off. Digimon.
Gentlemen! Digivolve too? I hear Jiromon. That's his turn. Just fuck you.
Moving. Don't mind me, I'm just moving. Moving.
She's trying to go for ultimate.
And here comes the Kilamon.
Uh-oh. That shit fucker's gonna be running at us.
I mean, and Catamonga's probably more pissed off at Devimon for pushing him back.
Or Dark Tyrannomon for, killing his friend.
I mean, technically, with Devimon pushing
Chaos! Keep playing here, Chaos!
Yeah, I know. Trying the same stunt.
These...
And Kaiomon has huge power.
He does. I gave him that.
Wait,
You see him spin as he runs towards you to get his tail and whack Dark Tyrannomon in the face.
you're saying that he has
Hey,
huge power. Does his
reroll
move
once,
has
one,
belly
two,
drum?
That's 3, 4, 5.
That's 5! That's
5 successes, Robin.
6?
But ooh, ouch! In the face, Dark Tyrannomon just got beamed in the back.
1 minute. There's one last thing.
Tail hammer.
I think I was hoping to get at least that higher on that with my agility roll. I failed.
So that
Oh, well.
tail hammer itself has a knockback 5, damage 11. Mighty blow.
Plus 2.
+2.
And the way that works is Mighty Blow.
I do claw Mighty Glove.
Yeah, if you deal 2 damage, at least 2 damage, you stun that target for 1 turn. If it has an additional effect, then it requires 2 more above 2. So, if that deals 4 damage, then Dark Tyrannomon is stunned and also knocked off the cliff.
So that
he's
how
being
many
knocked off
success?
the cliff.
I mean, he's getting knocked off the cliff. So how many successes am I over? 2. That's 5. That's 3 successes. And you said it's 13.
Yep.
So that's 16.
He smacked the
Thank
shit
God I
out of
had 8 armor, but Jesus fucking Christ.
Kaiomon just rolled up and just sent Dark Tyrannomon flying into the mountainside behind y'all. With a loud boom. He not coughed out blood as he has a big whelp on his face. Dark Tyrannomon!
I dodged the turtle. Couldn't dodge the Ankylosaurus.
The Ankylosaurus. That's how that happens in real life too. When T-Rex fucks with an Ankylosaurus, they fucked around. You fucked around. You found out. Hi, Jerome.
Oh shit.
I'm good. I'm okay.
I'm okay.
His hands
okay.
glow. One of his hands glows a bright yellow. Meteor Knuckle. One, 2, 3.
That's 3.
I am going to proc Overkill. So I get to reroll the 2s.
The 3 2s.
It's better than the 2 1s. That gives me 1 more additional success. So it's 1, 2,
That's
3.
4 successes.
4 successes, Jerome. You gotta be
Can
4.
you be a 4?
If I swore. So at least my dice don't have dishonor today. Because it's me and the boys squad.
Yeah. We need another version of the Me and the Boys. Fucking
Me and the boys missing a boy.
You know, they lost the rhino.
Me and the boys messing up all the dice rolls.
They're the boys. They're kicking y'all's ass. I didn't expect to send Dark Tyrannomon fucking flying.
I didn't expect me getting eaten off the cliff by a fucking tortoise.
The turtle.
I just got unfortunate.
It's
The
a
turtle
tortoise!
pushed over the cliff,
Turtle!
and that's funny. Jerome, what's your dodge? Well, dodge. Or are you just taking it?
I would not suggest just taking it.
No, I perfectly suggest us take it.
Do not just take it.
Because that adds all my successes too. By all means, take a raw fucking.
So I would like to note that that specific.
Jerome is taking a I think Gomamon's down.
Hey,
Meteor Knuckle.
hey,
It
Winter.
has-
I would like
Night-
to note that Tailhammer did exactly half my health.
Oh, by the way, this also has Mighty Blow. So that did happen. So Dark Tyrannomon's stunned. So if Seedramon lives,
So he
Yeah.
loses one action on his next turn.
Winter, the medicine.
Yeah. It does 19 damage plus the additional 5 successes. 19, 20, 21,
Say the
22.
medicine while
Four
he says he
successes,
can't do
not
anything
5
to stop
successes.
it.
19, 20,
4.
21, 22, 23 damage before defense.
This might not one shot.
I give to hit one more time, dude.
One total damage?
Oh, right! He has that one ability that lets his Digimon stay up at 1 HP if it would otherwise be taken out.
Really?
Is that one to...
Nope, still at 3.
3.
So yeah, you got Mighty Blowed.
Yeah, so your next round you have one action.
By the way, I'm gonna ram through, just gonna finish you off. Then Goemon says, I'm sick of your crap. And he gets on all fours and just charges. Breaking Stampede.
This
Breaker
is actually
Stampede.
his roll up into a ball attack.
Roll up to a ball. I'm tired of your crap, boy!
Ah!
Where's the pinball machine?
What? Oh, I saved
Oh.
my huge power!
You did
No.
save his
Good
huge
thing.
power!
Oh no!
Please on one, please on
And
one,
then-
please on one.
PLD
Oh,
rolling
that's a
around the
total of
mountain
4
when you
again!
We're back again, baby!
You have 9, actually, Jerome. Because dodge decreases after each attack.
Unless you're my bosses, because I have to balance them somehow.
It's a bummer that Seedramon does not have agility.
Mm.
'Cause you're-
1,
Oh.
2, 3, 4. Meets it, still beats it.
Ooh.
So, Seedramon is flattened.
I can do this all day.
That's
that
not
one
the
ability to keep him at 1
response I
HP.
wanted. Breaking Stampede, 15 damage. Ironically enough, this is his weakest attack, where he rolls it into a ball and just crumbles forward. Dum, dum, dum.
Oh, that can also just tackle everybody in his
Which
path.
he slams into the ground, giant claws. It's to stop himself. Is Seedramon
Good
down
thing
for
is
the
that
count?
one that he doesn't that ability proc when he gets down to 1 HP.
Oh, let me check.
Or is it proc like sturdy and it's going on took damage? He's down, gonna die
No,
anyway.
it does not proc like sturdy. It
So
is
Seedramon's still up.
it is a once per battle. If he would be dealt a life-threatening blow,
Like that?
he can survive with 1 wound box. He didn't just dodge it, Jerome.
4 meets it, beats it. On the attacker always wins in this game because the
Risk
game is
action.
mean.
This is not risk.
Wait.
There are
I have,
advantages for y'all. Yeah, he is at 1. Seedramon's all bloodied and beaten. Hold on.
He's like, I can do this all day.
Wait. I didn't hear no bell.
Yeah, this is Seedramon right now. I didn't hear no bell. He's all bloody, bruising. He's just looking at that golden mon. Having trouble killing one kid, huh? Solomon heard that rumbling. He's like, that don't sound good.
I can't see
What does
Seedramon.
Go. How did Seedramon go to 1v1ing
I
this
can't
guy?
see Seedramon. Is he okay?
Do we
Never
hear, like,
mind.
do we hear like a warning sound from Jorge's Digivice?
Yeah, his Digivice is flashing now. Devimon's
I
like,
can't see
Digimon!
either. Where'd he go?
yeah, there's y'all could hear him talking though.
I can hear
It's
him,
just
but I
dust
can't
cloud.
see him.
The dust cloud shuttles as he's just blood is dripping from his mouth. I did it. With a big grin on his face.
I
like,
didn't hear
I
no
lived
fat lady
it.
singing.
Yeah, he didn't hear no fat lady sing. Come on, Winter! I need to be Pumpkinmon! I can't help it, Soulmon!
Alright,
yeah,
let's
Rick.
try again! I will roll that evolution.
Is this gonna be like the fucking one session again?
Winter is actually scared for about
Yeah, no.
about this.
Because the dream world, there's a thing.
God
Yeah,
fucking-
no, yeah.
Wait.
In the back of her mind, she thinks that Soulmon will digivolve into Pumpkinmon in the dream world.
Yeah. Can I
And-
get a reroll of that, please?
I'll be nice. Which
Please
worse,
don't
you gotta
be
deal with
worse.
it.
Woo!
So the Digivice starts violently sparking.
Now say the line, Trek.
Maximum Digivolution!
Soulmon, maximum digivolve to Pumpkinmon! Da-da!
Pumpkin power!
She
Oh,
parkours
dear
off of
God.
Regularmon. That's the one thing she does. First off,
Yep.
boing.
Pardon me.
Wing.
Bing.
Bye, mate.
Hi. Wing.
Hey!
Yeah, that helped. Hey! She's landed up. She does the dramatic, the ta-da pose with the arms, straight legs.
She's like a different person as Pumpkinmon.
Pumpkinmon is who she wants to be. She's confident as Pumpkinmon.
Yeah.
It kind of reminds me. I almost spoiled something. So shut
Yeah.
up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hi, Turtle Boy!
She immediately says, "I'll let my pals deal with you," and then
1 sec, this
I
ain't my
got a
fight.
friend to
Pardon
save.
me. Yes, I got a run to save. Boing. Hey! Like, she jumps on his face.
Yeah.
That's his movement.
And like
Well,
as
that
she
count
jumps,
for-
like it knocks his face down into the dirt.
Yeah, that does count for her turn as she lands up here.
I'm going after that fucking
Oh, I'm here.
tortoise.
Pumpkinmon.
It's just somebody call for a pumpkin.
Can I use one attack, since technically that would be her plain movement?
I'll let you count that because it's like she parkoured like a boing boing. You
Yeah,
get one. It's a range attack.
of course.
Unless that's charge.
I could use her charge attack, but I won't.
Do what you want.
Is that pirate is free?
Free.
Oh,
You
pirate.
are
I'm letting you
pirate.
have one attack because you did
Yeah.
succeed. That. Only because I let you reroll.
Yes.
It's a pirate free.
You do have to still roll every time I did no.
Yeah.
Until Winter gets that morality check.
Mhm.
Pangoliamon is crouched on all fours, by the way. Now
Yeah.
still.
Which actually I am going to use my charge attack.
No.
Tackle!
Hey-ya! She shouts as she
If it
charges.
fucking like gets
going
all
for
zeros, it's just
Pangoliamon's
gets all
face.
like all shit roll like fuck I missed. That's 4
1, 2,
successes.
3,
Headbutt.
4, 5, 6
Oh, it's
successes.
6? 1, 2, 3.
Jerome
that's
really
five.
did fuck me hard with that fucking power.
That's 5,
three.
Wreck.
No, it's a
dude.
+2.
Yeah, no, that.
Oh, automatic shit. I didn't notice that. I can't
Yeah, no,
Yep.
that's 6
It has
successes.
certain strike. In addition, due to the due to her data optimization, hit and run, she gets to add her ram stat to the damage.
Alright, how much damage, Rick?
That is 16 base with her ram stat of 4, so that is 20 plus any that she got above. So
Zeb, knockback.
that would be
6,
23
so is
with
that
knockback.
26?
Yes, it does
Okay.
have knockback.
Yes! It'll knock off the Gylosaurus.
Finally, something that did something.
He gets sent flying back.
You got fucking.
So wait,
shit
hold on.
kicked
How
in
much
my-
damage, Rick?
23 before defense.
You know, he spat out blood as you hear a crack, like he broke his fucking nose. What Pokemon heard a crack as her belly hit the thing? She felt something shatter underneath her, the weight of her slamming into him.
Holy shit!
Not on her, obviously. And now she does feel a wet
What
stain.
is this pumpkin?
She
What
pats
is she
herself.
fucking made of?
She's just like patting herself, like, it's soaking into me!
Yeah, she's
Yeah,
trying
you
to get
should-
it off.
It broke Pangoleon's nose upon contact. The armored face. Because how much damage? You did 9 damage right there, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's our turn.
That Pokemon hopped back.
If you guys can figure out the math on the AC, on the armor on that, that's all yours.
Hey, fuck boy.
For
Rigorumon
reference, that's something that I can only really do when I'm approaching, because of the knockback, I can't combo it into one of my other melee
Rigorumon
attacks.
climbs up and says, "Hi, remember me?"
Here's a.
Yeah, he's like getting his fucking face out of the ground after being
Oh my
bounced
God.
on.
Oh
Yeah,
my
he
god,
lifts his face up and just sees Rigorumon now up there, like, "Remember me?"
Here's a boot to the fucking head with knockback.
And to Pokemon, I bequeath a boot to the head.
He's just, yeah,
Oh,
a boot to the head. What? Hey, maybe.
Doesn't have armor piercing, it just has knockback.
and another one for Jenny in the Wind.
4 successes. How many did you get, Wes?
1, 2. Oh fuck.
Wirumon's foot misses
That
as
did
it
nothing.
crashes into the ground, shattering the ground. Like, he dodges narrowly, like he goes for a stomp. You shattered the ground.
I'm
as
guessing
people-
I can't hit because
I
they
hate
move.
I hate to do this. Don't forget about counterattack.
Tortomon doesn't have it.
Okay.
The one that
I do
did
not know who has
died.
counterattack. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, the one
only
that
Golemon had
did-
counterattack. They each have their own
Hooray
little
for me!
thing that they do.
You're welcome.
You can't-
So I guess I can't do anything because I moved to get up there.
Because of that cool ass line, I'm giving you 1.
Yay.
I have a funny idea to do with one of them.
By the way, since I'm the ones who I gave a 1 definitely would not gain bonus XP, even though they did something. Cough, cough, Rick. Cough,
Yeah.
cough, dog.
Another. Okay, this floor is not. Badly blow. I'm punching
Ow.
now.
Yeah, he dodges your foot and then peel back and sock him in the face. He leaned into it.
Yeah, the first move was a feint.
Yeah, no, he was like a grin on his face. He's like, "Oh, this dumb dog me." Yeah, why is
What
my
you were trying
face?
to? What were you trying to do?
He's like, "Why is my face cracking?" How much damage is that, Wes?
Badly blow. 15 damage.
Any other
Just
stuff?
Nope.
So
Just
that's
straight
4
15?
successes over his no successes.
So how much total damage then?
19.
I believe 19. So, I would like to note, like,
Because of how
Tyrannomite.
Pangoliamon just got knocked the fuck down, he gets started, like, sent into the wall stuck. Because that was just a surprise crack across the face. By a much more stronger Digimon.
Now
That
stay.
Rigorumon is like, fist hurt from that because I already
Yeah.
had a punch. Like
Since
he's
he's
just
in the
wiggling his hand.
wall, unless he gets out,
I
I'm
mean,
not fucking
Tortoismon is
doing-
made of stone.
Yeah, he broke the turtle.
Yeah, since he's in the wall, as long as he doesn't do anything else, I'm leaving him alone.
Oh.
The Devimon's turn. All you see, Pangoliamon was sent so
Dog.
far back.
I ain't for the fucking Kylosaur. The other guy's down.
I mean, the
All
turtle
right.
can get out of the wall.
Yeah, but
Alright,
nah.
time to show them the power of Neo.
Ba 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 ba
Jamie,
ba
you know the rules.
ba ba.
Evolution!
Devimon Maximum Digivolve 2. Neo Devilmon.
Oh yes, the power. I love it.
He cracks his hands. Just so.
You're the punk I've been hearing about.
So he looks over. It's like, what? He looks down to Justin. By the way, two of his eyes just shoot down it, like creepily. By the way,
Yeah.
to people, to him, he's just moving his eyes normally. It just looks creepy how he moves his eyes, face.
Ugh.
All right.
What's the plan?
I'd say we do some hammer throwing.
I see our hammer. He says,
Look at
Are you about? Wait, is he about to eat the turtle?
"He's either eating the turtle or the armadillo." He is strong enough to pick up either of them. Because look how big
Yeah,
Neo
Kylo.
Devilmon is. He can like.
Wait, when I say Jerome saying wait.
I mean, just grab the tail. Just grab the tail of
Yeah,
Kilamon and
exactly.
just bring it and use him as a weapon against the big guy.
Yeah, I'm pulling a Super Mario 64 out of his ass.
You
Oh, so
throw
this
me
is
at
Jorge.
Caesar.
So he's calling to Neo Devimon asking for that.
Are you sure about that, kid?
It's
James,
Yes.
do you accept?
yeah, fine. Go tend to your Leviathan.
Alright, then I very much reward teamwork. That's for sure.
And
Absolutely.
Jerome gets to take a thing off of his.
He eats to see Dramon. And you can still do your thing, James.
Yeah,
I'm a nice GM.
he just
Because Neo
flies
Devilmon's a fast
straight-
motherfucker.
Yeah, he
So
flies
who-
straight at Enkylomon, grabs his fucking hammer tail, and
There
points
is a
him at.
grapple. But
Jerome,
I
think
don't.
You still have to
don't-
roll Clash, but due to
The
being a
woods-
larger size.
What are you doing?
What do I need to roll specifically to beat? What's
So you should actually be able to auto-calculate both of their.
Is it by CPU and RAM?
No, it's over in the calculations.
This is reminding me of Truck's eating cell.
No,
Where-
I'm thinking.
Where's the calculations tab, Rick?
Okay,
Doug,
so
Doug.
to defend, it would be 3d6 plus 12.
Dog, I'm just thinking. So long, King Bowser.
so long,
So long, Bowser!
It's supposed to be King Bowser, but of course, N64 audio muffling made it sound so much better.
Alright, so that's against Neo Devimon's agility, and then Neo Devimon rolls his.
So what do I roll?
Oh wait, this is Golemon. Give me just a sec. That wasn't correct.
Oh,
You know, I was wondering why that was so high.
Yeah.
yeah.
This is Pangoliomon. Golemon's the grappler.
Yeah. That would be plus 11, actually.
Wow, that's so much worse.
Against, Neo Devimon's agility.
Just straight Neo Devimon's agility?
Yes.
Neo
And Neo
Devimon-
Devimon also needs to roll his clash against Enkylomon's agility.
Where is Neo Devimon's class?
It should be... So, you know the calculations tab to the left?
All the way to the left?
Yes. You can actually, down at the bottom of that, there's a clash.
Oh, his clash is... His initiate clash is three...
Specifically change the opponent's size to large.
For Enkylomon?
Yeah, because Enkylomon is a large-sized Digimon.
3d6 plus 15.
Yeah. And then it's whoever exceeds the agility by a higher margin.
James,
Well,
the
then.
21 and 25. I'm sure 25 might exceed it by a higher
Yeah,
margin.
that Enkylomon has 5 agility.
He has 2 agility.
No, he has 5 agility.
Oh, he has 5?
So yeah, Neo
Uh,
Devimon picks Enkylomon up by the hammer tail
I'm pretty sure
spins
you're supposed to
around
just do it with one.
and just
Yeah, no,
yeets
yeah.
him.
He picks him up. He could fucking just have slammed him against Tortamon. That means you need to roll throw.
Yep.
Which, that is 15d6.
That's fucking cool.
Neo Devimon is built different.
Neo Devimon's ready to fuck your shit.
I need to roll dodge for Pangoliamon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, that's 5 successes.
Holy crap!
And it's not Siegramon hasn't got his turn yet, /RA, so it's still debuffed. And Kylemon is slammed in Pangoliamon.
Like, he looks over after fucking his nose got broken and sees a Kylemon flying towards him.
He looks up, he's about to climb back up and just slammed in the face by Kylemon.
He's probably
How much
what the hell
damage
is
would
wrong
they-
with these kids?
How much damage is it?
It's his base damage, plus
What did you count as
James's
piercing with
base
those things
damage?
spikes on his
James's
back?
base damage, yes. Plus whatever damage bonuses you want to add on there because Ankylomon's hard as fuck.
His base damage is 16.
Yes. So it would be the additional successes and then whatever you want to add because
how many successes
Ankylomon
James
counts
got
as a
over?
weapon.
He only got 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 successes. That's 3. So 16, 17, 18.
19.
We'll add Ankylomon's CPU value.
Alright.
So that's an additional 3. So
That's 22 damage.
22 damage before armor.
Yes.
James, you're fucking clever, man.
And by the way, Ankylomon takes the same amount of damage.
I think that might kill Ankylomon.
No,
That kills Ankylomon upon contact.
Fucking one-shot it! It was a full health!
No, he
No,
wasn't.
he got
It
hit
wasn't.
He
It
got
got
two
hit
shot by
by-
Devimon.
Devimon finished him off.
In
Devimon
style.
hit him and then finished him off.
Yeah, no, Pangoliamon is just covered in blood right now.
Yeah, I imagine that Ankylomon, like, shattered upon hitting.
Yeah.
They probably scared the shit out of Pumpkin.
Your Pokemon screamed in horror. What? It's like, what the heck was that? Did someone just throw a giant watermelon? What was that? His chunks of yellow are vanishing as we speak. Or a blood orange?
just
A
go
giant
fuck
blood orange?
A Darien?
Darian? Some fruit? Siegeramon's just groaning in annoyance. Their Tyrannomon is in the wall. Groaning in pain.
It's
As he
not
falls
only
out.
is he in the wall, he's stunned. I'm like, he's
No, he-
stunned, cat.
Yeah, he falls out of the wall, just trying to struggle out. Crashes into the ground.
You okay, you okay, Tyrannomon?
Oh.
Do we need to get Winter?
It just there's a muffled, just muffled. His face is in the dirt. I think his pride got broken.
I think it's
I will.
Rock, paper, scissors, pride!
I'm motion. The last thing I do is I motion for Winter.
Yeah.
Yeah, Winter notices and hurries over when it gets to her turn next.
Yeah. Jorge, you just
That's all
landed
I'm
on
doing.
Siegramon, who kind of cracks into the ground whenever you landed on him, groaning in pain. What do you want? I'm in the middle of a fight, and I'm winning. As he says that, he coughs up blood. Let's see what
Another-
Jerome's character moment is.
By the way, when it got to Neo Devimon's turn and he started doing all of this ridiculous shit, hype music started playing.
That's great. I can't wait to watch
Twitch,
that.
Twitch new. Twitch fucking new.
I don't
Yes.
think a Calamar was picked up by his tail. I think he was picked up by his face and then just yeeted. Because Neo Devimon's strong, dude.
I was thinking by the tail because I was thinking Super Mario 64 there.
Yeah, no.
So long, Gay Bowser!
So long, Gay Bowser.
Oh, Jerome's gone.
Yeah, it is your turn, Jorge.
Yeah,
Digimon?
he died.
We will wait for
Yeah,
Jerome
we
to
will
do
wait
his
for
turn.
him, because...
James had the coolest fucking moment. Again! 2 in a row, dude. Ever since he became Neo Devimon, man, he's been just
Yeah, no,
fucking-
Neo Devimon himself was the virgin. Neo Devimon is the Chad.
Maybe I should give him the dang goggles.
No, you'll get your Chad
No,
moment.
no,
soon.
no.
I'm joking. You know what? No, I don't need to get him the
Pumpkinmon
goggles.
also
I
has
need to get an
fun
extra pair.
stuff. No.
I need to
you
give him
didn't
an extra
change
pair.
turn order.
You're next. It's your turn.
Yeah, we're literally just waiting on your turn. Dark Tyrannomon did nothing.
I can
Yeah,
only...
Dark Tyrannomon, basically, he got up. That's... Well, he tried to
Got
get
up.
No,
up.
Tyrannomon was completely. He fell face first into the ground.
I fell and slid into a
Do a
sewer.
But still, I could only imagine that Ankylomon's terror as soon as he was chucked.
I know, like his last moments were pain and agony because he shattered to a million pieces. He felt that. His bones and all that shit.
Hey, we're supposed to
shattered.
be the good guys.
I mean, they just saw what they did.
Yeah. I'm making
Theirs was way more brutal. They slaughtered a lot more Digimon coming up here. Because Pangoliamon said, I want this mountain. We're killing everyone on the mountain. Like, hoorah. And they killed everyone. They probably had a Digimon. We'll say they had a Digimon. And he died along the way.
Now, if the Tortamon somehow survives, I'll gladly yeet him too.
I think
I
Tortamon's
just
gonna...
imagine just with his long arm, just grabs him, just yeet.
He can reach over.
He
from where
can
he
reach
is.
over and probably pull Tortamon out of the mountain.
I mean, technically, let me get a measure thing really quick.
Neo Devimon's arms are as long as he is.
Yeah, I know.
In addition, I gave him several rings of reach when I helped James build him.
Because Devimon has stretchy limbs for some
Yes.
reason.
About 15 feet.
Let's see, what is Jerome gonna do?
Yeah, no. That's just 10 feet.
Grab. Yoink!
Yeah, Jerome's probably having a character moment.
Yeah.
Jerome is typing a big old thing.
Yeah.
I hope it's
So
a
I'm excited for Jerome's heartful thing.
I'm very excited.
I'm
If it's
excited too.
I might read it out loud. I know his voice not sound because he's very shy and timid, but he might be breaking his character.
The Jorge, everyone. It's the Jorge episode, everyone.
Mhm.
I'm sorry.
The Jorge episode with a side serving of Neo Devimon swagger.
Hey, don't forget about Pumpkinmon. Where Garumon's doing too. The Ultimates are kind of kicking some ass. Which Rick. Yeah, you're just punching him as he's just gonna cry. I imagine Jorge saying that with
Yeah.
tears in his eyes. Just
But like a smile too. Just like He's trying to be positive for him.
But
Don't you want to do
that
that?
means we have to be stronger. Because we're supposed to be the best, he says. I'm gonna wait for Jorge's response. Then he starts getting up. You notice him force himself up. That means I gotta win. And I don't know if I can do it alone. As you say that, Jerome, in the corner of your eye, you see aqua green sparks.
It's Rome's moment.
Well, say the
Well-
line.
Or in this case, text the line.
By the way, everybody's now hearing the normally quiet
Jorge
scream,
that.
"We are gonna win!" And
Oh, come on, what the hell?
Trying to
What
scale this up, but
the-
it might have to be really tiny because how big Waymon was.
yeah, we know that he's gonna be a tiny one in comparison.
I mean,
No, that's why it's a king
realistically, yeah, it's an ultimate. That's what the player wanted. That's what he got. I'm a nice kid.
Is that an island in the sky?
You know, he just started levitating. Jorge, you're riding on top of him.
Just
Digimon maximum hold on, I have to do the whole Digivolution animation. Seedramon maximum Digivolve. Seedramon dives deep into the water, and then diving deep to the bottom of the ocean, as he is just engulfed by the darkness of the water as two yellow eyes shoot. As it slowly surfaces, a massive island crashes above, roaring loud, shouting, "King Waymon!" That's what the anime. I use yellow as a glowy eye. It's for the Digivolution animation.
Yeah.
Just a flash yellow. Even though he doesn't have yellow eyes, it's just for the dramatic.
Justin is now freaking out. Holy shit, the Animarium!
Yeah, no,
Of course his freaking ego lets him be that big.
Pumpkinmon's just like, "Wow, you're half as big as your ego."
Yeah, that's what Pokemon is hopping back. Just one. By the way, Tortamon is crushed under the Digivolution. Free kill for Gomamon.
Why'd you pick something so fucking big, Jerome?
It's to fit Seedramon's ego.
Don't fit.
As
you
Pumpkinmon said,
take the amount of,
it's half the size of his ego.
How many hit points does Seedramon have, damaged-wise?
How many wound boxes did he take?
Yeah.
Oh my
I
god.
Didn't we rule it
he
that
was-
first time evolutions to a higher
Oh yeah,
level?
first time evolutions, yeah, for the dramatic flare, you were at full health. And Titamon, not Titamon, Pangoliomon
Pangolio.
says, "What the hell is that?" You're at full HP.
So
You only have
for-
20.
I don't even know the stats of this thing.
You know, Devimon just does this loop. Hail to the king, baby.
He says, "Jorge, we're gonna win."
Actually, what is with his stats? They're kind of all over the place.
You know that.
For now, we'll count you as having a much higher accuracy. Double your accuracy, double your damage for now. We're gonna
Fix that later.
For the transfer, we'll fix everything. This is Neo Devimon all over again.
I mean,
I appreciate him being a fortress, but at the same time, he also does need to deal damage.
In future combat, that'll be useful. I think he is about the same size as my Waymon. Hold on. I need to play as Waymon.
oh no.
Waymon's a little bigger, which...
We're gonna have him be like half of Waymon's size, weren't we?
No, they were going to be the same size.
Oh.
This map was not made for Jorge.
I don't think any of the maps were made for Jorge.
Why did he pick? Why couldn't he just pick fucking Mega Caesar next?
It was either this or it was probably going to end up being giant fucking... It's only going to go up from here as you ride Waymon's face.
Oh yeah.
Also,
What is that roll?
That's a really fucking good roll.
What did you do?
Actually, you would roll your health, Jerome, rather than accuracy. He's
For
giving
what?
himself a shield.
Which, ironically, even though I believe he does have, you know, the ability, I don't think he has the fucking rebellious stage. Yeah, he doesn't have rebellious stage.
Yep.
So their story is going down the right way. I'm happy about that.
Yeah.
This might
So that's 4 successes, so you have 4 rounds of additional 4 hit point.
So what else do you want to do? I might change King Waymon's image. But this was the only full art of King Waymon. It's
And remember,
awkward as...
for the actual attacks, do double their accuracy.
Galapagos cannon... They do what?
In this case, double the accuracy, because you want to, yeah.
No, 2 successes. Yeah, we gotta fix Strome's accuracy. That's for sure, so we can actually hit higher level Digimon. Pangoliamon just got blasted by fucking... Does that just shoot missiles?
I believe so.
Does the
Yes.
Avalanche have missiles?
Yes.
No, I thought it was water. I didn't know they had missiles.
I believe that they're rock missile.
I'm gonna go read what Galapagos Cannon does.
Which that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 successes.
Oh, it doesn't... No, he doesn't even... King Waymon doesn't have any attacks. It's up to Jerome.
he had to make a whole move set.
Yeah, literally.
It
you
has
had to
certain
make a whole...
strike is the thing, Jerome. So it's guaranteed. So it's not the damage that gets added. It's the accuracy that gets added. That's why it's 7 successes as opposed to his 1 success when dodging. Which, since we're doubling stuff, that would mean 16 base and plus another 6 for over. That's his.
So 22.
Yeah. Because we also need to fix what negative effects you'll have.
Gotta decide to fix the image midstream.
Nice.
Old Gomamon's gone. There we are. Classic white background. Yeah, well, ignore and clutch roll this one time too, because this is your moment. This is your. I don't know how many. I think if I draw Pangolium on just a grassy background with no other Digimon, it might just be foreshadowing your King Waymon. The Jerome episode. So, how much damage does it do?
We already said 22.
22 damage
Yes.
for 4 defense.
Yes.
Oh, does that hurt? He's just set blasted back with missiles as he just tumbles down.
Have a nice fall!
I'm gonna skip her turn
Yeah,
for
there's
now.
definitely something.
Rick,
Pokemon
I have bad news for you.
Shoot.
For story-wise, Pangoliumon's anger, I might just to show it off.
Yeah.
Suffer.
Alright. This is gonna hurt.
He screams, "If I'm dying, I'm taking one of the bastards with me!" Goes Winter, as he says that, a flash appears in your mind. No, it won't. King Waymon intercepts.
That is kind of what he's built to do.
All right then, yeah, King Waymon, Pumpkin, you just see Pumpkin Monkey.
Yeah.
So how does Winter react to Pumpkinmon? Oh God.
We've been cloned!
Help me clear. Help me fix this. I did not mean to do that. I meant to move him.
Anyone else for some reason see a shadow clone of us for a split second?
Yeah.
No.
So Waymon.
Weird.
I like the idea that he
Three,
does his
4.
signature move and it just shatters. Okay, no, Cat's gonna roleplay this.
All right.
Pangoliumon's tail, as hard as it can, armors up as Pokemon. It braces for her probably painful death, and is eat it, and then just realize the next thing she knows, she's in Waymon's mouth covered in saliva. And Pangoliumon's tail tip shatters upon Waymon's face.
What the
As he
hell
stares
am
in
I up
horror.
against?
Jerome, how do you want to finish this off?
To be fair, King Waymon was like, "Oh, is that supposed to hurt?" Rhetorical.
Best part is he doesn't even have to move his mouth to talk.
Yeah, a wave of water just rushes forward as Jerome Jorge, y'all
that
hear
water
Jorge
come from?
shout, "Tsunami!" And it slams into
where'd the
Pangolium
water
as
come
he
from?
gets thrown off the mountain.
Comes
you'll
out of
see
his
him
mouth.
burn.
Ah!
Yeah.
You know, Devimon just
Pokemon hit
finds-
under her its tongue.
No,
No,
Pumpkinmon
this-
comes out and hits him along with it. Just like, take this!
No, Pumpkinmon's under the tongue.
No.
No,
No.
Pokemon
This
was
is
walking
Jorge's
away.
moment.
Then you just see Neo Devimon just riding on a surfboard. Surfs up, dudes.
Yeah, he just bandaged. The water disappears as quickly as it appears.
As a joke.
As y'all notice, Gomamon starts shrinking. Jorge,
Well-
you slam into the ground on your butt.
Ah! Ooh.
As there's now a tiny little boy. Hits the ground. Next to you.
And Bukamon.
That hurt. You're hurting me.
Well, that's over.
Pumpkinmon kind of rolls down, covered in slime, just
Like,
I never want to do that again.
Aw, but I was having fun with my little Olympics game. Oh well.
I think my fire
You're
almost got
fucked
put
up.
out.
You know that, right?
You're upside
Grandma
down.
just floats down.
On
That's
the bright
enough hero
side,
time
you're
for
not
a bit.
slimy anymore after degenerating.
Agumon is screaming like, "Oh no! It's bad! It's bad!"
Yeah.
Winter got to him after.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ghostmon
Uh.
feels slimy still, even though she's on fire.
Like,
How can-
even though I know the slime is gone, I still feel it.
I feel it. It felt like it was because I was made of cotton. It soaked into me. I
And
felt it
He's like,
inside
anyone
me.
get the number of the hammer that hit me?
Yeah, Agumon just like holding his cheeks. I think I lost a couple
Like that.
teeth.
That was very rude.
But I think we might need to get stronger.
No worries. I
Agreed.
sent that thing on a nice little
Yeah,
flight.
imagine he's holding an ice pack.
I say this to Jorge when I walk up to him. You did good. Both of you.
Galmon pets Bukamon. Bukamon says, I definitely can't take all the credit. No matter how much I want to. That was Jorge's and me together. Because he looks up at you, his eyes sparkle. Because we're a team. And now I truly see it.
Wow.
Breaks into song.
Then it says, we're the best. Not just Bukamon.
Please don't.
Bukamon and Jorge are the
Please don't sing.
Bukamon just grins.
I
And
said
that's it for the
please.
and that's how the session ends. He starts going song and dance. It's muffled. Well, he's not dancing. He's just singing in Jorge's arms about how they're the best.
Friends are people who do things together. F is for friends to do things together.
Yeah,
U is for
U
you
is-
and me.
This has been this session of Digimon Digital Adventure, and this has been the stories of those within us. We would like to see you in the next chapter.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye.
Aren't you glad that we had Digimon today?